July 17th, 2005, there I was, face to face with my idol, Chris Canyon, right here in my hometown of Chico, California. Sold out crowd on their feet, chanting my name, and somehow I came out and I got the 1, 2, 3. There I was, victorious, rolled out to the outside, friend and foe, dispersing from the locker room, hoisted me up on my shoulders. It was the greatest day of my life. It felt like I just won the world title at Madison Square Garden. But all that's been brushed aside because of you, Draven. Don't think for one moment I forgot about you. Nothing has erased my hatred for you. Just last week, you cost me the chance to get the world title back. You're trying to ruin my life. You've tried to end my career with my knee injury. Caused me nothing but pain inside and outside the ring. And as cliche as it sounds in the wrestling world, you have made this extremely personal. And I'm not talking vague. I'm not making idle threats, Draven. Tonight, this is it. This is going to be the end. I'm not joking around with you. I'm not talking about what your mom and I did last night. No, no, all jokes aside. This is it. Tonight, you and me are gonna settle this once and for all. And I tell everyone, this will not be for the faint at heart. This isn't gonna be just a normal, straight, as Big Bickley would say, wrestling marvel masterpiece. No, 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 this is gonna be an all-out fight. I'm gonna finish this tonight, and Draven, I guarantee you, there will be blood. And to quote Matt Hardy, cover up, because they're coming for real.
Big Bickley's absence and Prezi C. Funk barred from the arena tonight, I have a special guest I'd like to announce. You guys all know him as a former wrestler, current legend. I'd like to welcome to the commissioner table with me. Sooner or later, he's got to get out here. He's destined, it's his destiny. Coming out to the music of the commissioner. Only a legend can do that. Don't be shy there. There he is! Hey, Snuggles! Hey! Give it up! Put your hands together! You right there! I see you! I want to see those hands moving. This is a legend! Big Snuggles Pete! How you doing? Great to have you here alongside me. It's great to be alongside you. There's no one side I prefer to be along right now. It's great to be here, and I'm glad they chose me. I feel that I had the best resume for the job at the time, and if Funk would have been here, it would have just been too plain chaotic. Bickley's the yin to his raging yang, and he's definitely required to neutralize him, because otherwise he'd just go out of control. What do we got going on here, good old SR?
Well, up next, let me give you a rundown. Later tonight, we have Brian Cage going up against Draven. Both men coming off that loss in that triple threat last week against Crazy Captain Steve-O. And later tonight, Crazy Captain Steve-O will be lacing it up, #1 contender, going up against Dio for the title. One, two, three. Dave LaDouche coming out. What is this?
For the second week in a row, Joey Scales has no-showed me in a street fight. You know what that makes him? That makes him cowardly white trash like every one of these people out here. He's gonna spend, I can see it now. The guy's going nowhere in life. He's gonna spend the rest of his career busting cars at that stupid California beer brewery they have here.
It's true.
Such a load. You got some?
Enough of these.
Okay, first of all, you morons, it is Gabe LaDouche, not Gabe LaDouche, okay? Gabe LaDouche, you guys get it?
He's calling you a dude.
Hey, you guys shut up! I don't want... Shut up!
As you can see now, I represent what was the Northern California Championship. It'll now, from now on, be referred to as the West Texas title. I mean, let's face it, y'all don't deserve my name. Now, as for Joey Scales, well, I don't think I'll waste any more breath on that, jobber.
What a piece of trash.
And tonight, and from now on, JJ Diamond's gonna come out here every night, willing to defend his title against anyone. Big, small, it doesn't matter. There's no one back there who can take this title from me.
It's true.
Hey, at least you all have a hero to look up to from now on.
From these jackasses.
It's raining men on their parade right here tonight. Tons of fun out. Huge warm reception in this crowd. I'm glad someone decided to interrupt Team Diamond. What a bunch of morons. Texas isn't even part of the Confederacy.
JJ Diamond, well, I'll wait till he passes along. There we go, he's passed me now, I'm safe. JJ Diamond has the gall to call out the West Texas title. That's the NC title of the MWF. Tons of fun coming out to much ovation, nothing but Twinkies and smiles from the fattest man alive.
You know, tons of fun isn't exactly the fattest man alive. I think that his bulk is pretty well proportioned, well distributed throughout his body. It's just the fact that he's so dense that makes him such a threat in the ring. If he were to fall on you, oh my God, he's being attacked by JJ Diamond. Someone start the goddamn match.
And we're officially underway. JJ Diamond not waiting for the sound of the bell to go on the attack on Tons of Fun. Now I hope Tons of Fun can get out of this situation and give him what for, if you know what I'm talking about.
I think I do know what you're talking about. But that's a very sensitive area for Tons of Fun because his head's only about 0.5% of the part of his body. That headlock's a very vulnerable situation for him. Oh wow, he almost broke the ring ropes there on that.
Headlock takedown, Tons of Fun flying right into the ropes as JJ Diamond is not letting up. The senior referee Brad Nalbone trying to see if Tons of Fun wants to go home, see if he's going to give up. I don't think Tons of Fun's going to go this quickly, but JJ Diamond is trying to squeeze the life out of our fat friend, Tons of Fun.
His face is turning blueberry-esque shades here. He can't, there's no blood rush. Oh! Huge reversal by the big man. Way to turn the match around.
Big snapmare from Tons of Fun. Tons of Fun holding nothing back, taking out off the elbow pad. Very dangerous. I'm very surprised to see Tons of Fun taking off that elbow pad because Tons of Fun mixing it up with that pelvic thrust. I'm watching now, we're TV 14. There's the Irish whip. Goes for a splash, Tons of Fun. JJ Diamond trying to counter. Tons of Fun with the sunset
Tons of fun dazed here. Oh, huge, those cowboy boots to the head, very painful. And I gotta say, I gotta assert myself as commissioner tonight because I don't want people to think I'm a pushover. So I'm watching you, Team Diamond at ringside. I'm watching you, LaDouche. Oh, huge suplex. He claims it's Gabe Ledoux. Everybody knows it's Gabe LaDouche. I'm sorry. That's just... I'll be the first one to say that Gabe LaDouche is officially what a female cleans their vagina with. Well, that's a strong statement. And just a health warning, ladies. Douches do not actually clean your vagina. They only provide an artificial scent. Nothing is more clean than the naturals. And on another public warning, ladies, if you ever go to Long's Drugs and pick up a douche and it has a cowboy hat on it, put it back for your safety and ours. As Gabe LaDouche on the outside, choking tons of fun. Brad Now Bone. JJ Diamond unrelentlessly giving the boot right to the side of the head of Tons of Fun. As I was watching last night on ABC, 60 Minutes, turns out they did a special on Gabe LaDouche. He actually does not have any knees, elbows, or joints. He's just a giant ball of flab. Well, if that is in fact true, he should be very brave. So, if we were to throw him in water to see if he was a witch, he would float. JJ Diamond seems to have the advantage here with one of his great technical wrestling holds, an arm lock on the beach. Tons of Fun. Tons of Fun now, just suffering in the middle of the ring, can't get to those ropes. As you see the jackass on the outside using that flag as a cape, just watching. That can't be good for Tons of Fun. Tons of Fun battling back. Devastating scoop slam. Usually Tons of Fun goes for the double scoop. There it is. Give him a little sugar and honey before he gives him his spice. Very compromising position for JJ Diamond. He could easily be seduced, and the match would be over right there. Gabe Ledoux coming to Diamond's aid, pulling him out of the ring. I think Nalbo needs to assert himself in this match. Oh my gosh! Brett Kilburn thinking Tons of Fun in the back of the head. Brad Now Bone was not aware. Tons of Fun back to his feet, just eyeballing. He's eyeballing him. There's a low blow. Damn it! Right to the Twinkie. Senior referee seems to be very distracted tonight as Tons of Fun was eyeballing Brett Kilburn like he was a buffet. Boots to the stomach now, JJ Diamond. It never ceases to amaze me that JJ Diamond can't get it done by himself. Big knee off the rope. He's got to have his cronies on the outside. You know, this really is unfair. The referee Brad Now Bone's got to keep his eye on 3 cheaters in Team Diamond right now. And you know the commissioner well, I guess I am the commissioner and I should really do something about this, but it's just too much fun to watch. It's hard. I know you're the sit-in commissioner tonight, Pig's Knuckle, but it's hard to do when you're just a temp. And when Vic flees away, Team Diamond running rampant apparently. Tons of Fun is just getting pummeled here. There's nothing he can do. It's 3-on-1. Well, kind of like 2 and 3/4 says Gabe LaDouche isn't a very tall man. He is very girthy, I might add. Yes, he's very round. Oh, huge sidewalk slam. Had a little trouble getting the big man over on. He's not really as tall as he appears. Those boots of his had 3 or 4 inches. Tons of Fun after that spine buster.
trying to regain himself, holding that lower back.
Right here, buddy. What are you doing, man?
Brett Kilburn on the apron once again, as Tons of Fun is taking care of JJ Diamond in the ring, but Brad Now Bone distracted once again. Looks like Brett Kilburn is trying to throw JJ Diamond a foreign weapon. Gabe LaDouche on the outside. As senior referee, Brad Now Bone sees that he catches the belt buckle. Gabe LaDouche on the other side. Oh, right to the temple.
You know, these guys should really keep their buckles on their pants.
Gabe LaDouche throwing JJ Diamond a belt buckle as the referee was distracted. And now just choking him out with the knee. Gabe LaDouche. This is just chaos in the ring now as all of Team Diamond is up on the apron. Brad Now Bone has lost total control of the matchup. JJ Diamond hitting Tons of Fun with his own Twinkies.
If there's one thing I hate to see it's wasted food. That's really poor sport.
Tons of Fun now on his way back, cleaning house. Team Diamond coming to get themselves some. You never, and I mean never, mess with the fat man's Twinkies. Gabe LaDouche now pulling that top rope down as Tons of Fun heads to the outside. Looks like Tons of Fun was pretty heated after Team Diamond touches Twinkies. Huge right hand, Brett Kilburn with that belt buckle laying Tons of Fun out. This is just a disgrace. This is unbelievable. JJ Diamond cheap to win always. And I can almost guarantee if Prezi C Funk was here, he would be right next to, right alongside Team Diamond. He loves to root for those SOBs, but Team Diamond is nobody to root for. This is despicable. JJ Diamond, you'd be hard-pressed to go into the MWF archives and find a match that Diamond has won fairly. Looks like Tons of Fun. That's a 10 count. Tons of Fun trying to get in the ring, but Gabe LaDouche preventing him. Unfortunately, JJ Diamond retains the title as the beatdown commences on the outside. This is ridiculous. The match is over. Unbelievable. And now they're just taking turns. What a shot to the chin. Just taking turns, pummeling Tons of Fun.
This is exactly what I didn't want to see. I have three pet peeves, Commissioner. You don't come to the referees, you don't hassle the fans, and you don't beat up on a defenseless wrestler. I'd like for this kind of stuff not to continue tonight, but it's really hard to control these animals.
As Team Diamond not stopping, pulling out a steel chair from underneath the ring. It looks like they've set up a chair on the outside.
Tons of Fun looks like he's about to be donated to charity.
And now Team Diamond setting Tons of Fun down on that chair. What do they have in mind? Oh! What a shot! Setting him up right in front of the fans! A chair shot right to the top of the head. As now Gabe LaDouche talking nothing but trash to Tons of Fun.
That was a vicious chair shot. That was just unnecessary. Now, there's one thing to hit a man with the chair, like, for fun, you know? Like I do, you know, just kind of joking around. But that was malicious. He could have really been hurt. I don't want to see anyone get hurt.
Team Diamond is out of control. Newly found member Brett Kilburn teaming up with Diamond and Gabe LaDouche. Hitting a steel post right on his forehead. It looks like Tons of Fun is busted open from that chair shot. That's nothing but somebody get some help out here. Team Diamond is off the handle. They're out of control. It's a damn shame Big Bickley couldn't be here tonight. as just amount of shocked as I am to see Team Diamond act this way. JJ Diamond doesn't deserve the title. This is ridiculous. Unbelievable. Tons of fun trying to regain his strength. But after a beating like that, I'm sick and damn tired of JJ Diamond and his little cronies. JJ Diamond. I know we're PG TV 14, but that man's a son of a bitch. You don't deserve that title, son. And you don't have any ligaments. You're huge. Shut up. You're a douchebag. Well, I can tell you 3 individuals who are out of the running for the Sportsmanship Award tonight.
Come on, pick up. Scales, chains. Why is it that none of you guys want to return my phone calls? Why is it that nobody wants to get in touch with me to let me know what's going on? Last week, you guys left me all by myself here to defend the New Era's reputation. Do you know how that makes me feel? The fact that I have to once again do everything by myself, on my own? I've been carrying your guys' asses for months now. It's not even like that, Lloyd, Dustin. You guys decided, well, Lloyd decided to just not even show up, not even call me for the past 2 weeks. And Dustin, your dumbass decided to show up drunk. What am I supposed to do and tell everybody that, oh, the people that are supposed to have my back are nothing but a bunch of drunks and flakes, you know? So as far as I'm concerned, you guys can take New Era and shove it up your asses. New Era is done. I'm New Era, but I'm done carrying it on my shoulders. But it's okay. It's okay. Tonight, I got Brian Cage, one-on-one. After last week's loss in the triple threat where crazy Captain Steve-O pinned me, it should have been me. It should have been me who should be the #1 contender tonight, taking on Dio to take that belt, the belt that is mine. But I'm gonna show everybody that what I'm gonna do to Brian Cage is not only hurt him physically, but I am going to end his career in front of all of those pathetic, useless fans out there. So you two jobbers, kiss my ass.
That's Brad Nowbone trying to collect the chaos and carnage.
Boys.
Raven of the New Era coming out. He's not scheduled for his matchup until later tonight. Now, as you all know, last week I was in a triple threat match with crazy Captain Steve-O and Brian Cage. I ended up losing that match when crazy Captain Steve-O beat me 1, 2, 3. But that's not what got to me. The match was done and over with, and Brian Cage was so furious that he decided to give me his stun gun. So tonight, I have Brian Cage in a one-on-one match. As far as I'm concerned, not only through all these personal problems that we've now been going through, the feuds that we've gone through in the backyard, it all leads up to tonight. I just don't see that happening. Fine, put some money on it. I bet you tonight, I am gonna end Brian Cage's career. Tell me all you want,
But come the end of this match, I'm gonna make him a bloody mess, and he's walking out of here on a stretcher. I am ending his greatest career as being the charismatic man in this damn Fed. I am taking out his weakest point in his whole body, his weak and tired knee. So you guys chant all you want for him after the night. This is the last night you'll ever see Brian Cage's face in the MWF.
You gotta turn the mic on, Pig Snuggle, with strong words from Draven. Trying to go to that Brian Cage! Brian Cage not taking kindly to the words that Draven was saying as Brian Cage explodes out of the back. And he's not waiting till later tonight, apparently. Looks like he's getting on now. There is no referee. This isn't a sanctioned match. They're not scheduled till later tonight. As Brian Cage and Draven go for the beatdown. We gotta get some wrestlers out here. Yeah, guys, you gotta separate them. You gotta get them separated. In fact, I'm gonna assume myself as commissioner. I'm gonna go help them out. I gotta get my hands dirty here for a bit. Yes, sir. As Pig Snuggle Pete, trying to be acting commissioner, trying to break it up in the ring, absolute carnage. These two men are out for blood. Draven with strong words, igniting Brian Cage. As it's taken almost every single wrestler from the back to hold these men apart, as Pinochle trying to talk some sense into Draven. Draven cuts loose. Keep these men apart, damn it. Pinochle Pete trying to do his best as acting commissioner. Get these men out of here. Get them to the back. Their match is later tonight. As Brian Cage, coming out from the back, doesn't sit well with Brian Cage, what Draven said about him. As the fans are shocked into silence.
You're done, Cage! You're done for!
As that looks like some of the wrestlers and our referee have Brian Cage calm down. Draven, on the other hand, is a different issue as he gets escorted to the back. Unbelievable. Brian Cage coming out of nowhere. And we'll see Brian Cage go against Draven later tonight. Both of these men have had bad blood in this Fed for a very, very long time. I heard Draven make a bet with somebody. That would be a good bet to make, because I guarantee tonight there's gonna be pain, there's gonna be blood, and it will be over, but I will be victorious. Put that money on that, I guarantee it's going to your pocket. Strong words from Brian Cage there. As Brian Cage daring everybody to make that wager. Hey, I got 47 cents on that wager. I am betting you 47 cents that Brian Cage is going to walk out of here tonight as the victor going up against Draven. And let me say, Draven, I heard he said that Brian Cage is going to walk out of here on a stretcher. That'd be really, really impressive to see somebody walk on a stretcher out of the arena. I don't know if he meant be carried away on a stretcher or have a stretcher under his arm. I don't know, but I got 47 cents, that I do know, on Brian Cage.
I think it was just the adrenaline talking. I don't think he was logically thinking of the actual impossibility of walking on a stretcher. And it's entirely possible if you were duct taped to the stretcher and were able to somehow stand up and move your legs. But anyway, it doesn't really matter. And I refuse to take that bet because I never bet against Brian Cage. He's impressed me so many times. But, you know, anything can happen here in the MWF. I just hope that they can keep it cool backstage.
Uh-oh! There he is, Dredge coming out from the back. Dredge, one of the
have come once again to that oh so crucial point in the show where someone in the back decides that they have enough steel to get in the ring with the most supreme athlete in MWF. And that's what this open challenge is all about. It's about wrestling, and it's about testing your mettle, seeing what you got. And that's what I'm about. The name is Dredge. You know the name, and that's what I'm here to do. I'm here to dig up professional wrestling from the stinking, polluted river that is sports entertainment. No stupid gimmicks, just come on out.
Dredge calling for an open challenge. And I had no idea that Dredge was an anti-pollution activist as he spoke about polluted rivers and whatnot.
Well, I think he was being metaphorical, SR, but who knows. Anyway, what I like about Dredge is the fact that he's showing he's not afraid of anyone backstage by doing these open challenges every week. And every week he puts up an impressive match. He's got to watch.
It looks like someone has answered that call to the open challenge. And if I'm not mistaken, that's the undeniable music of Iron Weaver. Iron Weaver now accepting the challenge of Dredge. And if I'm not mistaken, Iron Weaver and Dredge have never wrestled in the MWF before. This will be the first time that you will see Iron Weaver, the former 74-time Mr. Universe, take on Dredge.
This is going to be a very exciting match. You got MWF's purest athlete, Dredge, and you've got pound for pound, the strongest wrestler in the MWF in Iron Weaver. This could go any way. It's strength versus athleticism here tonight. Who do you favor, SR?
There's the sound of the bell. I'm going to put my money on Dredge. He's got a cooler name, and that's all it takes for me.
Looks like Dredge wants to make this a grappling match, and Iron Weaver would probably prefer to keep it striking. Bo, he decided to tie up with Dredge. This could be dangerous. Dredge is one heck of a wrestler. He's got him in that. He's got him in that. A dragon, full arm dragon twist. Reversed by Iron Weaver.
Now, I think Iron Weaver is in a world of hurt in this matchup if he tries to go submission or technical wrestling against Dredge. Dredge is one of the best in the business. As Iron Weaver able to reverse it. Looks like a little do-si-do in the ring right now. As Iron Weaver trying to get the upper hand, rolling out of it, and catching Dredge with the right hand. Once again going with that wrist lock as Dredge trying to get out of it.
Iron Weaver's got to count on his martial arts background here. He can't wrestle with Dredge. Dredge is a superior wrestler. We can see that right there. And he's a more streamlined athlete. Iron Weaver has to worry about that extra 10 pounds of drag he's carrying attached to his stomach that he affectionately has nicknamed Betsy.
Indeed, glad you point that out. It turns out that Iron Weaver's been eating too many Weaver flakes, and he's got a deflated bike tire around his waist. And Pig's Knuckle Pete just enlightened us that he has named that deflated bike tire Betsy. Pretty sad and pretty sick and twisted that he names his stomach as Dredge. What athleticism! Flipping Iron Weaver over on his back. As 4.5 people in the crowd can appreciate that. Very nice, very, very athletic Dredge. As looks like Iron Weaver now kipping up. This has turned into a very technical matchup. Both men, there's the leg sweep, there's the pin. Iron Weaver not even letting him get a 1 count as Dredge misses the clothesline. Japanese arm drag as Iron Weaver now floating. Maybe a premature celebration, perhaps.
Looks like this match has gone back to a stalemate. Neither man's been able to get the upper hand. It's been a good match. This is the kind of wrestling I like to see after that last debacle. And of course, we've got to blame that on Team Diamond, who deserves all the ridicule that you can muster up in your demented mind, SR. I know you've had problems with them in the past, as they've been an ongoing tumor on the liver of MWF.
Your analogies are out of control. I have no idea what you're talking about, and I'm utterly confused. So let's get back to the match. As Iron Weaver now, both men going back and forth. As Dredge better watch out. He walks in too many circles. He'll get dizzy and fall down. As Iron Weaver, look at the agility. Dredge thinks he monkey flipped him. There's another Japanese arm drag and another delivered from Iron Weaver. But now, Iron Weaver front flipping out of that. And Dredge rolls to the outside to get his head right. He turns around, Iron Weaver's waiting. Huge moonsault to the outside. Iron Weaver, I don't know if he connected fully with Dredge. He might have got that solid concrete steel wood. But Dredge is down as former AC/DC head singer turned referee is now giving the count as Iron Weaver rolling and Dredge back into the ring. As Iron Weaver now still in control of this matchup, throwing him over. Unorthodox pin, but Dredge kicking him off. Iron Weaver rolling out of the way. Nobody home. Iron Weaver looks like he was jumped over off the apron, looked to go for a springboard double axe handle, but he gets caught by Dredge into an over-the-head, belly-to-belly suplex. This could be it. There's two. Iron Weaver barely getting to the ropes.
Iron Weaver's been his own worst enemy so far in the match. Not having a little trouble connecting with that high-risk maneuver. Ended badly for him. Some powerful forearms by Dredge. He's got him backed into a corner. This is a dangerous spot to be in.
Iron Weaver now getting whipped into that turnbuckle, and Dredge continuing the attack with those forearms as he grinds the elbow into the chin of Iron Weaver. There's a snap there, takedown, and an elbow in, another right to the top of the head. Now Iron Weaver's got nowhere to go. He's in the center of the ring. As Dredge grinding that knee right into the back of Iron Weaver. Grabbing the chin, trying to make Iron Weaver submit. There's the scoop. And the slam as Iron Weaver hits hard on our man. Stomping on the fingertips of Iron Weaver, Dredge. And Iron Weaver's, his fingertips must be numb because he has no reaction to those stomps.
Well, if you cut off the nerves at the extremities, the whole nervous system just shuts down sometimes. I read it once somewhere. Anywho, Dredge looks like he's taking decisive advantage in this match, relying on his athleticism, his power, beating the Iron Weaver on the mat. Those chops hurt me up here. The acoustics in this building are great.
You know the thing about chops, Pig's Knuckle Pete. Look at that beautiful fisherman with the bridge, but it's only two. You know the thing about chops is, I don't know if many fans know it, but if they look into the archives and research your background, you were chopped so many times back in the horrendous match of 1989 that you actually have a divot or an indent in your chest from those devastating chops.
Well, that's the price you gotta pay to live and die on the mat. You sometimes sustaining injuries that'll follow you your whole life and make it impossible for a career now. Like huge German suplex by Dredge. I thought that was gonna be a 3 right there.
unbelievable athleticism by both men. Dredge went for the first suplex. Iron Weaver backflipping out of the first one, then went for the Shining Weaver. Dredge catching him there and dropping him right on the back of his head with that beautiful German suplex. And now the fans are rallying behind Dredge. Dredge now, he could be calling for the Falcon. Oh, there it is! The Weaver cutter out of nowhere! Iron Weaver finds the strength deep down inside, and he hits Dredge with the Weaver cutter. Both men are down as senior referee Brad Albone starts to count. One of these men has to get to their feet. And Iron Weaver is not moving. That took all the strength he had. That could have saved the matchup for him, but he's got to get up and recuperate. Dredge now slowly shaking it off. Iron Weaver now going to his feet. Who will be first to their feet? Looks like Iron Weaver's up first. Weary right hands as both men go back and forth. Right hand for forearm. Iron Weaver! Weaver goes for another Weaver cutter, and he's just thrown down by Dredge. As Dredge now, very unorthodox. He taps, Iron Weaver's out just like that. And some kind of crazy inverted dragon sleeper. Dredge pulls out the win.
Hard-fought match by Dredge and completely fair play. That was a great match. He proved once again that he is really the cream of the crop of the MWF superstar. I don't think it'll be long before we see this man in the world title match.
And Dredge, proven to the fans and proven to the world, he's a submission contender. His amateur background in wrestling coming through as he makes Iron Weaver tap out. This was Iron Weaver's first matchup against Dredge, and he learned the hard way. And Dredge is pumped after that win. And I don't know what Dredge is trying to say to me. He's held up two. I don't know if he's trying to promote Verizon Wireless or World Peace, but either way, Iron Weaver's feeling it. Take it to the back, have a couple donuts. Work on that deflated bike tire. Gotta give it up for Iron Weaver. He went the distance. Had some great athleticism in that matchup. But Dredge, as I said, I called it. I put my money behind Dredge, and he did end up coming out the victor of that matchup via tap-out submission.
Well, it was a hard-fought match. It went back and forth for a while, but after that, after Weaver was able to hit the Weaver cutter, I saw a little light go up in Dredge's eyes. A little light went off in his brain somewhere, and he knew that it was do or die, and he had to finish this match quickly. And he went for that textbook shoot fighting style submission. And was able to finish it right there, nip it in the bud. Great match.
Sometimes, please, Uncle Pete, I just think you make.
Scales, knock it off!
Damn it, Steve! The matchup has ended!
Stop it! I don't know how you're standing and how your neck's not broken. Oh my God!
Now this man supposed to be here last week in the matchup. Justin James, one of the most sadistical men I've ever met in my entire life, was scheduled to be here last week, but due to some Scott Hall-like decision, he couldn't make it to the arena. Let's just say he was sipping on grandfather's pop syrup, if you know what I'm saying.
I gotta say here, I do enjoy the occasional afterward libation myself, under strict supervision, and man. Well, I know myself. You should never indulge in those sort of things before a wrestling match. Everybody is clean in here, especially in this heat. If Change were to aggress us, he's going to collapse from heat stroke.
And there it is, the bell. Like I was saying, Explicit came off that matchup against the champion, Dio. And he had some problems with his knees. Hopefully, I don't think he's 100%, but hopefully he has enough strength in that knee to get through this matchup. He looks like he's doing pretty good right now, and if I can comment on Dio, I know Prezi Funk isn't here tonight, but Dio has ran through almost every single one of the MWF superstars. He's had that title belt for months and months. Nobody on the MWF roster has been able to take that title away from Dio. I was hoping, and I thought Explicit would get the job done, but unfortunately, Explicit fell a little bit short, but he catches Justin Change with that clothesline.
Well, Explicit couldn't get the job done last week, but the question on my mind right now is, can Crazy Captain Steve-O get the job done tonight?
Not so sure. I'd like to root for Crazy Captain Steve-O and get behind him, but Dio is a beast. He's an animal. I'm not sure if a small guy like Crazy Captain Steve-O has enough strength to even get the big man Dio down on the mat.
So far, all I've seen from Dio is that he's unstoppable. It's going to be interesting to see if he will ever relinquish the title. Perhaps he will have to pry it from his cold, dead hands in 75 years.
Justin Chains catching Explicit with a huge boot right to the chin as Explicit falls hard on the mat. Now, speaking on Dio, while we're on the subject, it is very good to see that Prezi Funk isn't here tonight. He's barred from the arena, which hopefully that'll play right into the hands of Crazy Captain Steve-O, because with Prezi Funk on the outside, Dio is more likely to cheat just so that his athlete, his champion Dio, can retain the title.
Yes, it'll be a huge disadvantage for Dio not to have a man there on ringside, but it'll make things fair. No one's ever been able to manage to control Crazy Captain Steve-O. He's a lone wolf, an individual, a rugged individualist. Huge body slam. I can't believe Chains was able to get the big man up, just showing the power in his upper body. Oh, twisting moonsault.
The corkscrew moonsault will be enough. There's a 2 count, but no. 2.5 as Explicit kicks out. Justin Chains to his feet now, taking his time to pick Explicit up. As a boot to the gut, dropping Explicit right on his forehead with that devastating DVT. As a nonchalant pin, that's not going to get it done. A man like Explicit, you will have to do more than a DDT and a nonchalant pin to keep him down. As a big right hand, as Brad now Bone urging Justin Chains to open that hand. As Explicit now whipped into that corner. Justin Chains catching him with a leg lariat right underneath that chin. And very impressive with Justin Chains now. He's able to contain Explicit, control him, and control this matchup. And you've remained relatively quiet, Pigs Knuckle. What do you think, being a legend yourself, of both of these men?
Well, Explicit is a well-rounded athlete, and he's one of the strongest men in the MWF. His power is unparalleled. I don't think there's a man who can match his upper body strength, which gives him a huge advantage here tonight. But he's wrestling against Change, who's not only a great powerhouse, but also a gifted athlete in his agility and his martial arts skills. I think Change is a more well-rounded athlete, but I think Explicit has the advantage here tonight because he's just so powerful. Look at that. Look at that textbook belly-to-belly overhead belly-to-belly suplex. He threw him clear across the ring there. I don't think Chains has a chance unless he can keep Explicit on the ground.
And after that commentary spiel by Pigs Knuckle Pete, let me inform all of you fans that Pigs Knuckles commentary is brought to you by the letter tonight. great to see more MWF talent being promoted and having sponsorships. As it looks like Explicit now having control of Justin James, dropping him right on the back of his head. Explicit doing the right thing, pulling him away from those ropes. There's a 2 count. Justin James able to get a shoulder up. Both of these men looking for the W tonight. This would be a huge win for either of these men. Justin Chains, after that no-show last week, this would be a great way for him to get back in the squared circle and make an impact. And Explicit out the loss of Dio last week, which I might say, I think that Dio beat Explicit because Explicit was hurt. I don't think it was because Explicit got dominated in the matchup. Prezi C Funk isn't here, so he can't argue with me. So I'm going to call it, that's the reason. I'm going to just call it cut and dry. Dio won the matchup and retained the title because Explicit was hurt. That's how it went down.
I'm going to channel EC Funk here for a second and play the devil's advocate here. I think Dio would have beat him anyway. The man's been unstoppable here in the ring. No one's even come close.
Huge shooting star out of nowhere. As it looks like Justin Chains could be setting up for his signature 450. He's climbing to the top. Could this be it? Explicit now in a bad way. Nobody home. Face bouncing off that man. Explicit rolling out of the way. As that mat gives Justin Chains a kiss on the cheek as Explicit rolls out of the ring. Very smart. Very, very good ring presence by Explicit, knowing exactly where you are in the ring and where your opponent is, whether they're on the ground or in the air, as Justin James trying to recover after that missed 450. Big right hand, slamming it down right on the back of his head. There's the parental advisory. This could be it. 2, 3, it's over. Explicit winning the matchup. Coming off that loss last week, this has gotta feel nice for Explicit. As it looks like he's still limping on that left leg. Very impressive, Justin Chains. Going for that 450 splash, nobody home. And Explicit able to capitalize on that situation and hit him with the parental advisory.
Yar, the captain here, and I'm here to tell you tonight I have a match against Dio. He used to be a good salty dog, but now he's a son of a bitch. Ever since he got his back injury and he left and Prezi C Funk came back and took him over, that gold-hungry Prezi C Funk better keep my name out of his mouth. I have a thing coming to him in this matchup. If he gets in the way, I'm gonna take him out. I don't take kindly to landlubbers, and I don't take kindly to Dio either.
Both of these men have had bad blood. I've said it once, I've said it before. We've seen Brian Cage, a light-hearted Cage, come out here and bust on Draven, talking about Draven's mom this, Draven's mom that. We saw a very different Brian Cage earlier tonight, coming out ignited with nothing but fists of fury for Draven. And I don't think Draven knows the severity and the seriousness of this matchup taking on Brian Cage. I mean, they wrestled last week in that triple threat, but they had Crazy Cat and Steve to deal with alongside of each other. But now Draven has nowhere to run as far as I'm concerned. He's right where Brian Cage wants him to be in the squared circle, mano-a-mano, man-to-man. We will see if Draven has what it takes to get it done by one of the most impressive athletes in this business today, Brian Cage.
Now, the only thing that can work to Draven's advantage here is perhaps he wants Cage to be this upset. Maybe he thinks he'll make a mistake if he's this enraged. But there's no going back now. He's got the special kind of Brian Cage that you can only see when you meet him as mad as Draven's ready to end his career.
As Draven coming out to notorious boos from the crowd. The fans tonight do not like it. Draven, member of the new era. And it's interesting to see not a whole lot of new era presence tonight.
I feel like
Nothing but thumbs down for Draven. But I don't think Draven's here for fan support. He's got his eyes set on Brian Cage, and I'd like to point out what you pointed out. Maybe Draven was trying to get into the eyes and head of Brian Cage, trying to get him enraged to throw his game off. But with a big man like Brian Cage, I don't know if that's the smartest thing you can do.
Get away.
As here he is, coming out, Brian Cage. He looks like he's all business tonight. As Draven, and they're not waiting for the bell either, as Draven goes right to work on Brian Cage. Big right hands. These guys aren't messing around, no tie-ups, no little test and stretch. Brian Cage, short arm spear it looks like, is now both these men are just brawling back and forth.
And it's exactly what we expected, SR. Brian Cage has got to wrestle this match like a bull. I mean, Draven has to wrestle this match against Brian Cage like a bullfight. He's got to get out of his way when he's charging at him, because he's blinded by rage. Look at him go! Chasing around the ring. Draven being extremely smart. Waiting for Cage to climb back in the ring before he lays the stomps down on him.
As Brian Cage got caught with tricks and now getting right hands from Draven. And I don't think Draven's choking him out as senior referee Brad Nalbone. Huge chop right to the chest of Brian Cage. As Brian Cage has had enough, turning the tables on Draven, lacing him with chops. And Draven now turning the tables on Cage. Both of these men chopping back and forth. But Brian Cage showing why he has the strength and stamina. Gripping the hair, delivering right hands as Draven battles back. We have yet to see any type of wrestling here. This has been a straight up brawl as Draven gets caught with the forearm and comes back with a forearm of his own.
These men want to hurt each other, plain and simple. They're trying to inflict as much damage as they can. Huge leg lariat by Brian Cage, standing leg lariat, great athleticism by the big man. Dragging Draven back into the corner, wants to keep him cornered where he can continue raining those blows. Shoulders into the midsection there. More chops!
Draven better watch it. If he keeps getting those chops from Brian Cage, he's going to have a bigger divot of a Grand Canyon in his chest, bigger than you. As Brian Cage now controlling this matchup. Huge clothesline in the corner after that Irish whip. And as I mentioned before, Joey Scales, teammate of the new era, not here tonight. And that spells bad news for Draven because he can't cheat to win. Huge backbreaker delivered by Brian Cage. Very unorthodox, but very to the point.
Innovative, one of Brian Cage's innovative backbreakers, something we're seeing more and more of. A good strategic move too, because if the opponent doesn't know what move you're going for, if they've never seen anything like that before, there's no way they can block it. Great wrestling by Brian Cage. Wearing Jay Draven down with some submissions and some midsection knees early in the match. I think what Cage is trying to do is weaken Draven as much as possible, make him completely immobile, and then the beatdown starts. Then the real punishment starts. That's where we're going to see some of those powerful moves. And I just hope that Draven can make it out of here in one piece. I hope that he makes it out of here under his own power. He's a jerk, but no one deserves the kind of punishment that this beast of a man Brian Cage is capable of delivering.
You have some strong points, Pig's Knuckle, but I have to disagree with you. I think Draven deserves every bit of punishment that Brian Cage can send his way. Everything that Draven endures, I personally feel that he deserves. Week after week, I'm surprised now that this week we're not going to see any cheating involved. We're not going to see any new era come out from the back and try to help Draven cheat to win over Brian Cage.
This just comes down to pure wrestling and pure athleticism, and I think Draven is outclassed and outmatched. Huge spinning, tilt-the-world backbreaker as Brian Cage is relentlessly focusing on that lower back.
He keeps giving him those backbreakers, and here he could be setting up for the Texas Cloverleaf. Great move by Jay Draven, great ring presence, but I don't think anyone deserves a spinal cord injury, and if he keeps delivering those backbreakers, and if he delivers that stun gun on him, he could have a spinal cord injury, and those do not heal. Those end wrestling careers, and no one deserves that.
Brian Cage, I don't think he cares, Big Knuckle, as he continues to go to work on that lower back of Draven. He made his bed, and now Brian Cage is making him sleep in it. Draven came out with powerful words. I'm going to end Brian Cage's career. Brian Cage is this, Brian Cage is that. And now, Brian Cage making Draven eat those very words.
Jay Draven's in a heap of trouble here. Brian Cage is treating him like an erector set. He's taking him apart, piece by piece. Here's pump handle slam into the face buster. Another Cage patented maneuver. Could be 3 here.
Draven kicking out on 2. If I was Draven in his position right now, I would have stayed down to stop the punishment. I would have taken that loss to Brian Cage. But I don't think it's about a loss on the MWF records for Draven or Brian Cage. This is about pride for both these men.
It is about pride. You can see the intensity that Brian Cage is wrestling with.
Brian Cage going for that shoulder thrust. Nobody home as he catches that steel post. Right in the shoulder. And he's sent to the outside. Draven now rolling to the outside. As Brian now alone counting both these men out. And Draven exploiting that weakness in Brian Cage and going right to work on that shoulder. Pulling the shoulder back. Brian Cage had no protection. He couldn't put a hand up. As Brian Cage gets dropped on the outside.
He's wrestling defensively. He's trying to weaken Brian Cage's offense in his upper body. Very smart wrestling. That's a credit you have to give Jay Draven. You have your differences with the man. You may despise the man, but you have to admit, he's one of the... Look at that ring presence right there, ending the 10 count. Jay Draven is flat out one of the smartest wrestlers, and that's got to be what's going for him. It's obviously not his size. It's obviously not his skill. It's his intelligence. He knows what he's doing in the ring. He's a veteran. He's a pro.
I don't know whether it comes down to smarts or craftiness, but either way, Draven has turned this match around for himself, going to work on that arm of Brian Cage. Taking away those guns from Brian Cage is definitely going to work in Draven's favor. As another one delivered, grinding, pounding those knees right into the forearm and bicep of Brian Cage. As I have to admit, this is a smart move by Draven. He knows as well as I do, he can't win this match with brute strength, not against Brian Cage. He can't win this match with technical wrestling. What he's going to have to do is exactly what he's doing in the ring right now, is building him up and then picking him apart, piece by piece, just like you said.
Got him that overhead arm lock. Cage powering out. Throws him into the ropes.
Looks like Draven tried to duck the clothesline, but still, Brian Cage's form lays the top of his head, as it looks like Brian Cage trying to get him up. He can't get him up for that stalling suplex. His arm gave out. Hopefully he didn't hyperextend his elbow. As Draven now wrenching the arm, using the rope to get leverage in that corner.
Let it go. Don't make me to cue you. Cage, how you doing? You alright?
We can see the intelligence of Jay Draven. He's thinking about the whole match. He's thinking about every moment of the match and every move he makes. Whereas Brian Cage is enraged, and all he can think about is the moment that he's living in. All he can think about is pummeling Jay Draven.
That's a good point. Draven came out with heated words, pissing Brian Cage off. And that might have been a really good strategy because now Brian Cage came to this matchup heated and angry, just throwing fists of fury everywhere as Draven stays level-headed, and now he's tearing that arm apart of Brian Cage. He's milking that arm, not letting go. Draven is just exploiting that injury that he caused before.
Well, whether it be by wearing down the man's ligaments or throwing him around like a rag doll like Brian Cage has been doing to Jay Draven, there's no denying that both these men are trying to hurt each other. There's malice in the ring tonight. They are trying to injure each other. They don't want to see their opponent tonight wrestle next week.
As Draven's still in control of this matchup, grabbing a fistful of hair once again as Brad Now Bone stepping in, telling him not to grab the hair. And Draven once again back to work on that arm, trying to hyperextend that elbow, trying to pull that shoulder out of the socket, doing anything he can to injure Brian Cage. Draven's got to know without that arm, without the powerful arm of Brian Cage, you're not going to see any power bombs. You're not going to see any big, high-risk maneuvers from Brian Cage. And I stand corrected. Brian Cage, apparently he doesn't need both arms. As he hoists Draven up with just one.
The man is superhuman. I can't believe he was able to pull off that move. He had one of his arms in great pain, and he was still able to lift Jay Draven straight off the mat in a ball, the most dense position the body could possibly be in. That was sheer brute strength. Kudos to Brian Cage.
If there's one man in this federation to overcome injury, it's Brian Cage. He has a bigger heart and bigger passion for these kind of matchups, this industry as a whole, to come out with a victory here against Draven. But we'll see how it goes. Brian Cage now using that right arm against Draven. There's an Irish whip. Back elbow delivered right to the chin as Brian Cage calling for Draven to get up. Catching him with a clothesline as you see Brian Cage babying that left arm, not using it in any sort of offensive maneuvers. He's the one-armed machine right now as he's catching Draven left and right with clotheslines. Or let me just say right and right with clotheslines because he's not using his left. There's a huge back body drop.
Tossing Jay Draven around like a rag doll, like a used sponge. Reversal.
Oh, and that's a low blow. You can't do that. Draven now. That is ridiculous. You can't let that stand.
Well, the referees asked for the match to end on the low blow. He saw Jay Draven go for that low blow, that kick to the below the belt area that no one played. And now I guess the match is over. That's the rules. The referee makes the rules.
I can't stand to see something like that. That was such a blatant low blow. That was absolutely ridiculous.
Brian Cage is refusing to quit here tonight. And you know what? I'm the commissioner and I've been rather aloof tonight. And I'm going to take a stand here. The match is going. You get back in the ring. It's not ending like that. You get back in the ring. This match is not over. Restart it. The match is starting over.
Get him, Brian!
And the commissioner, the standing commissioner, Pig's Knuckle Pig, asking for the match to be restarted. It would be restarted, but they're yet to be in the ring. You've got to be in the ring for the match to get restarted. Brian Cage has gone off the handle now. So this match is not over. Brian Cage unwilling to surrender.
Yes, the match is just beginning. Brian Cage making a bloody mess of Jay Draven here. This is what the match is supposed to be. It's supposed to be a beatdown. It's supposed to be a brawl. This isn't a wrestling match. This is emotions. This is heated. And I hope it continues. I hope we see a decisive winner here.
Right now it's not a match, it's a redemption for Brian Cage. That low blow was totally uncalled for, totally unprofessional, as Brian Cage
throwing Draven head over heels into that steel post. Draven could be knocked out cold.
Well, you know, I don't want anyone to get hurt tonight. And we can see Jay Draven has been busted open. This match could turn ugly quick. But if I didn't make this happen, we're gonna have to call this match.
No, we're not calling the match. That's the official restart of the match. You have to wait until they're in the ring to restart the match. So now it's officially underway. As you can see, Brian Cage looks like he's taking Draven post to post. Bouncing that forehead of Draven's off every single post. And Draven's busted like the belt of Tons of Fun.
I don't want anyone to get hurt. I have to state that here more than anything. Brian Cage is not satisfied with letting the match end that easily. He's going to keep beating on Jay Draven. This could get ugly. But you know what? If I don't let it get ugly, it's just going to continue. It's going to perpetuate itself. And these two men are going to be hurting each other every week. I want them to finish it tonight. I want this to be over. Huge. Another one of those innovative backbreakers. Powerful move by Brian Cage. He's not letting his injured shoulder get to him.
And there's a 3 count.
Hey, come on, man, stop doing that.
As Cage now, I didn't quite get a good angle on it, but it looks like Brian Cage might have pulled Draven up.
Break his back. Don't break his back.
Doesn't look like Brian Cage is in this for the win. He's in this to punish Draven. Draven rolls out of it. Crack smile! Crack smile! Crack smile! Unbelievable! Brian Cage was going for the chain link, and Draven now, he hit Brian Cage with that crack smile. Both men are out cold. And I don't want to see this in a stalemate. I don't want to see this end in a stalemate at all, as both men are down. And we're to the 4 count now.
Come on, you guys.
And Brian Cage caught that right on his chin.
Come on, Cage.
And he is out. Looks like Brian Cage now regaining consciousness. As Draven now, bloody and bruised, trying to get to his feet as well. Brian Cage is to his feet, but I don't know if he knows where he is.
Jay Draven threw up the Hail Mary in that crack smile, just trying for some sort of offense, and it delivered, but he's still on Dream Street here. Cage has been making him his whipping boy tonight, taking out all his aggression on him. Huge reversal again. More offense by Jay Draven in that high-risk maneuver.
Looks like Brian Cage was going for a tilt-the-world slam or possibly another tilt-the-world backbreaker. But Draven rolling out of it with a head scissors takedown as he catches Brian Cage with clotheslines, booting the knee, driving his knee right into the temple of Brian Cage. This could be over now. Brian Cage kicking out. As Draven not satisfied with that pin count as he tries again, but once again Brian Cage kicking out. As Draven losing large amounts of blood. Hopefully he doesn't pass out from the lack of blood. As once again, he's slapping it on the arm, trying to get Cage to submit, trying to squeeze the life out of Cage. Rolling it over and dropping that leg drop right on that injured arm of Cage. Draven now pulling Brian in the ring. Brian Cage now. I don't know if Draven's given up on the arm, and he goes to work on the leg. And he rolls it over. That applies an intense amount of pressure on Brian Cage's shin, knee, and lower back. He has it locked. Brian Cage needs to get to those ropes if he wants to continue in this matchup.
There's a one time when we thought it was impossible for Brian Cage to be to tap out. He's got too big of a heart, but we've been proven wrong. Can we be proven wrong again here tonight, SR?
I'm not sure. Brian Cage trying to get to those ropes. Feeling the pain, feeling the pressure. There it is, he gets to the ropes. Draven's got to break that hold. Brian Cage. Draven now.
didn't want to break the hold, want to endure more punishment.
Both of these men are in extreme pain. They've been wrestling for over 15 minutes now, folks. They can barely stand on their feet. Any attacks to the legs could prevent mobility entirely. Jay Draven's continually showing good strategy here, keeping on those knees of Brian Cage, which have always given him trouble.
It looks like Draven now trying to take Brian Cage to Texas, but Brian Cage finding some leg strength and kicking Draven off. It's Brian Cage now, the hurt Brian Cage, tries to go back on the attack, but Draven's got a little bit more left in him. As the boot to the stomach, and now Brian Cage's forehead bouncing off those turnbuckles. As Draven now just going to work on Brian Cage, but Brian Cage reversing the Irish whip. Barely enough strength to continue. Trying to use that good shoulder in order to... Cage now once again. Draven very smart. Moving out of the way once again as Brian Cage has nothing but post as he falls to the outside.
Jay Draven is completely soaked in sweat. His bleached hair is now pink with blood. I'm surprised he can stay on his strength. And you can on his feet. You can say what you want about Jay Draven, but this man is exhibiting extreme courage here tonight. And you have to give him some sort of credit for that, SR. He's keeping up with Brian Cage, who's an Iron Man. He can wrestle 2 Iron Man matches in one night.
That's true, I gotta give it up. I mean, I don't like Jay Draven one bit. Forehead bouncing off that steel as Brian Cage's knees just buckle. I don't respect Draven, I don't like him. I think he's an SOB, but I gotta give it to him. He is going the distance and getting it done against Brian Cage.
And what he's showing here tonight is that he can wrestle if he doesn't have cronies at his side to do his bidding for him. And I think that's a good thing. He's still a cheating bastard, as we can see, using his athletic tape as a method of strangulation on the down Brian Cage.
As Draven breaking the count, rolling back in the ring, rolling out. Brian Cage has got to be on Dream Street right now after those shots to the post and those close fists delivered from Draven. Draven now one more time. That's got to be the 7th or 8th post shot that we've seen in this matchup. And you can see the blood all over the mat, all over the floor, as Draven just mounts Brian Cage, throwing fists right in his face. I think Draven's trying to bust Brian Cage open if he already isn't. His nose might be busted. I don't see any movement coming from Brian Cage, as it looks like Draven now rolling in the ring. He's giving up on Cage. Looks like he just wants Brian Cage to be counted out. That's the 9 count. Brian Cage barely able to get back in the ring after that punishment delivered from Draven.
Both men are bloody messes at this point. They've been beaten to a complete pulp. Hopefully this can finally settle this bitter feud that they've been harboring, these animosities that they've had for months. Hopefully tonight they've earned each other's mutual respect. They've definitely earned my respect. Huge Russian leg sweep. I can't believe that they're still able to pull off any wrestling moves. Oh, I thought he had the 3 count there.
If Big Bickley was here, he would say that count right there was 2 15/16. That's the closest call of the night, as both men are bloody. I can't tell which man's blood is on which, as both men are covered in blood and covered in sweat. As Draven now hoisting Brian Cage to the top rope. This could be the icing on the cake. As Brian Cage has no idea where he is. Draven now climbing the top rope with Brian Cage. What does he have in mind? Neither one of these men is stable enough to be up there. Brian Cage coming out of nowhere, catching him. Chain link off the second rope. Chain link off the second rope. Brian Cage mustering some sort of strength to deliver that chain link off the second rope. Unbelievable.
I'm surprised neither man can see. There's so much blood in their eyes at this point. And when the blood mixes with the sweat, it creates this horrible acidic mixture that completely blinds you. It's got to be a struggle to wrestle at this point. Cage has got to have the 3 count here. Oh my goodness!
Oh my God!
Holy guacamole! I can't believe he was able to kick out. I'm speechless. So somebody get me some smelling salts. Help me out. Am I here? Pinch me, Azar. Pinch me. Not hard. I mean, just. Don't be mean. I'm sorry. Holy guacamole indeed, as you so gracefully put it. Draven able to kick out of that devastating chain link off the second rope. Brian Cage now, can he hit the stun gun? Brian Cage missing the stun gun. Draven rolling out, knocking out that knee. Crack smile right to the face of Brian Cage. Draven's got to capitalize if he wants to get the W. Draven taking the legs out for Brian Cage, so he has nowhere to go. His head popped back like a Pez dispenser. I'm surprised candy is not jetting from his... And he's able to get to the rope. Good eye. Continued excellence by senior official Brad Nalbum. Both of these men have been through hell tonight. And Draven is very frustrated, unable to get it done after 2 cracked smiles. Brian Cage is still unwilling to lay down and let Draven get to this W. Is he biting him? I can't tell. He might be pulling a Mike Tyson and biting the forehead of Brian Cage. Well, I certainly hope Jay Draven likes his steak rare because Cage is bloody. Is as bloody as an Irishman after 15 rounds of bare knuckle. And a stun gun! He had a huge stun gun! High impact stun gun in center ring. This is all she wrote. If Cage is able to get the 3 count here, this could be the end of one of the most gruesome, disgusting matches I have ever witnessed. Cage doesn't even have to get back to his feet. All Brian Cage has to do is roll over, crawl over to Draven, throw his arm over his shoulders, and get that 3 count. Brian Cage, if he has any chance of winning this matchup, if there's any opportunity of him doing that tonight, it's right now. He's got to do it. He's got to get over. He makes his way over to Draven, pulling him over. There it is. There's the 1, the 2, the 2.5. I swear that was 3.
2. There's room.
Senior referee Brad Nalbone showing the excellence once again. Draven kicking out. Stun gun after super kick after suplex after body slam. Both of these men are unwilling to lose to the other. This isn't about a wrestling match. This is about pride. This is about putting the other men in their place. Oh my! That chain link backbreaker. There it is. That chain link backbreaker. Whipping through a flatliner. Unbelievable innovation by Brian Cage. Brian Cage may have picked up the W tonight, but there were no losers in this match. That was one of the best matches I've ever personally witnessed, and I am glad not only that I was able to witness, but I was able to preside over ceremonies tonight in such a monumentous match. Both of these men gave it everything they got. Brian Cage barely able to get to his feet, pulling out the win. There's your victor, ladies and gentlemen. Brian Cage. We're going to take a short intermission and we'll be back with our main event wrestling main event. You might want to get in the ring. Senior referee Brad Nalbone. We want to get this thing started as soon as possible. Fans against wrestlers. Joining me at my side for commentary, just because we're sick of him having to talk to himself, is going to be Jim Grady, up and comer here in the MWF. Jim? Oh, we're starting the show. God. There's the music, Captain. Oh my God! I got the mic, son. We're playing favorite Captain Steve-O. Waving the pirate flag, going nuts. What a place in the heart to show all young MWF fans. Listen to that support. He's a true U.S. relations are an all-time high. Steve-O staying at MWF might be tonight. Tonight he has a chance, albeit a relatively Dio. Man, this is going to be a tongue twister.
Wait a minute. The lights have dropped. It looks like we're about to hear the music of our champion. There it is. Out walks the monster himself, Dio. There he is. Got the revelation on, the gold. I can tell you this much, I know Steve doesn't want to be that gold city. He wants this buried treasure here tonight.
Dio's a comical character, but this is no laughing matter. Dio's a bruiser. He injures people. He puts people out of work. And he doesn't care. All he's concerned about is keeping that title around his waist. He's not going to have easy fun at his side tonight, but it doesn't matter. Dio, a lot of people talk about how easy fun is part of the reason why Dio has unprecedented women's streak rolling. But I don't think that is being avoided whatsoever. Competitors exchanging some heated words in the center ring. Shoving. I do not condone shoving. This is a wrestling match. Come on. And we're off tonight for our main event, MWF Championship match. The gold is on the line tonight.
Dio and Steve-O just having a stare-off in the middle of the ring. They both look like they want to kill each other. I don't think I've ever seen Steve-O this hardcore. He's ready for the fight.
Now, I'm no good at staring contests. I always laugh.
My God, man. Oh, Dio with the right hands to Steve-O. Steve-O delivering him back. He's getting taken over, though. What? Steve-O ducks. Huge cross body or flying elbow to the head. And a flipping clothesline. Oh, Dio caught him. Looks like, wait a minute. I don't know what Dio's going for here, but it looks... Oh my God, he's got him for gorilla press. Steve-O countered into a sunset flip.
Great agility there by crazy Captain Steve-O. Boy, this match is off with a bang. These two men are riled up tonight. They know what's on the line. They know what's at stake. And Steve-O has to have studied Dio. He has to know what kind of punishment this man can dole out. He's got to be careful. One wrong move could be his last here tonight. Huge chops. He's got a corner. It's not the place you want to be when you're wrestling with Dio. It's hard to get out of that corner. He's big. He blocks you.
Oh, wait a minute. Steve-O got caught. It looked like he was going reverse. See, now the thing you have to understand is, with Dio, you see everything that he brings to the table. You know what he's going to come with, because he's just a big man. He's going to overpower you. But the thing you got to wait and look out for Steve-O is he's going to fly everywhere. He's going to put his body on the line. He will try and kill you. Wait a minute. It looks like Steve-O's got a sleeper hold. He's being carried. Oh, he just got taken over. Dio's just working that left arm. See, Dio is a brawler, but he also is a technician from back in the day. You have to remember that.
He does have a strong amateur wrestling background, which it works to his advantage as a big guy, because if he can get on top of you and keep you on the mat, it's really hard to get him off you. It's a big man you're dealing with in the ring there. Oh, huge chops. He's taking the wind right out of Crazy Captain's Steve-O's proverbial sails. He's got him back in the rope. He's got quick right hands to the forehead of Dio, and some chops of his own.
No, it's ours!
Getting the crowd into it. Steve-O's one heck of a performer.
Steve-O with just multiple chops. He got caught. Now Dio giving him some back. Jeez. Both these men are going to be walking out with welting chests tonight. This is insane. Right hand to the face, delivered straight to the jaw. Now just grinding his boot into Steve-O's face. This is brutal.
Hey, 1, 2.
Using all his weight on the jugular of Crazy Captain Steve-O, cutting off his airway. Great strategy by Dio. This has been a back and forth match so far, and I don't expect anything different. Hey, now, what's going to determine who walks away with the gold tonight is if this is decided in the air or on the ground. If it's on the ground, Dio, no question, has the advantage. But if it's in the air, Crazy Captain Steve-O could do the upset tonight and prevail. Dio's wearing him down with that side headlock. Steve-O desperately trying to power out with those elbows to the midsection. He's worn the big man down. Could be going for a... went for the patch to eye. Dio was able to counter and throw him off and get him back down on the ground. The advantageous position for the big man. Wearing him down.
See, the one thing you have to remember about Steve-O, though, he is a resilient, psychotic man. He will take whatever Dio has to give out and give it right back to him. He's going to fly from the top rope. He's going to use his body as a weapon. He might go into the ring and get some weapons of his own. He does not care. Dio right now is just riding him like a bull, though. I have no idea what's going on here. Can you see?
It looked like he had him in some sort of camel torch. Oh, went for the pin. Great technical wrestling by our world champion Dio. And you folks can see why he's the champion here tonight. He's a powerhouse and a great wrestler who stomps on his fallen foe. Crazy Captain Steve-O having some trouble containing the big man here tonight. Dio's just toying with him here at this point. He's having trouble keeping on his feet. He's just waiting for him. Waiting for him to open himself up for another attack. And here it could be. He's got him locked up. Referee Brad Nalbone separating him. What? He's taking him to the top. This is a dangerous position for both men. Well, he could be going for a superplex here. The rope straining under the weight of the big man. Steve-O battling back with some headbutts. Quick headbutts, pushes him off the top rope. Could be airborne here tonight. Huge neck breaker.
Huge blockbuster. That's exactly what I'm talking about. Steve-O does not care. He will put his body on the line at any point to take this man out. He wants his buried treasure here tonight.
He's got to watch out. He got so much hype there, I thought he was going to hit a ceiling fan. He has no regard for his own safety. All he cares about is putting on a show for the fans here. That's why Steve-O's the most beloved wrestler here in the MWF. Crazy Captain Steve-O. Heck of a competitor. Both men having trouble getting to their feet. Steve-O's up first with some boots to the downed Dio.
If you want to see me step on a slam number 10, give me an aye-aye, Captain! Aye-aye to you, Mickey.
And the boot to the head. This is why I miss Bigley's commentary. Hang on, I need a drink.
Hey, you might want to slow down with that stuff, Bigley. Come on, give me your keys. Come on. Are you driving home tonight? Children, don't look up to this man as a role model. I'm a far better role model. Shrimp killer! It's the shrimp killer! This could be all she wrote. If Steve-O can get to the 3 count, we could have a quick upset here tonight. He's not done with Dio. Dragging him out to center ring.
I need you to hoist the flag with me!
He looks like he's going to walk the plane tonight. Hoisting himself up to the top rope.
Alright, that's kind of silly. Don't do that.
Starboard side. Huge frog splash. Huge frog splash. Oh, I thought we had a 3 count there. It was close. It's really confusing. It's hard to tell who's who, as the striped pants resemble the referee shirt of senior official Brad Nalbone. And I think that Crazy Captain Steve-O's ridiculous attire, well, it does a lot to help win the hearts and encouragement of the fans. It might slow him down here.
And, well, Dio looks a little winded on the outside. Pig's like, you have more to drink than I have? What's the matter with you tonight?
Nothing's the matter with me. I guess I haven't commentated in a while. I've been cold.
Jesus Christ. Dio just dragging his neck right over the top rope.
You alright? Hey, what's up?
Dio picking up Crazy Captain Steve-O. Oh, and a huge STO. 1, 2, and only
only a 2 count.
Beating him down. Big man Dio's got him in that advantageous position on top of him on the ground. Steve-O's got to spend as little time down there as possible if he wants to win this match. He's getting beaten down, slowly worn down in those submission holds as well. Whips him into the ropes. Oh, reverses the back body drop. Back to the ropes. Dio catches him. Huge Samoan drop. This could be all she wrote. Oh, I thought that was it. I was prepared to ring the bell there, Grady.
You alright? You okay? Steve-O looks dead down there on the mat. I don't think Dio knows what he's doing anymore. It seems as though he's given everything he's got to Steve-O. Both men winded. Dio going for another cover. Again with the 2 count. And Dio just blatant choke. The ref has got to stop that.
You mentioned that Dio might not know what he's doing at this point, and this could be because he doesn't have his confidant, his mentor, President EC Funk, at his side. Taking him up to the top, he could be going for another one of these high-impact top rope maneuvers. This time giving him the headbutts, beating him, making sure that Steve-O will not reverse it. Oh, he's got him in the choke slam. This could be it. Steve-O powers out with those elbows, breaking him down. Goes for the clothesline. First choke slam. Huge choke slam. This could be all she wrote. Steve-O unable to kick out, but he was able to get his foot to the rope, and the referee broke the 3 count. This match is still going to continue. What an exciting match tonight. Both these men are completely dazed. He has to get him off the rope if he wants to get him in the hold. Dio not wrestling at his smartest tonight. Crazy Captain Steve-O doesn't look like he has much left, but I've seen him come back from worse than this. Pokes him in the eye. Smart reversal, smart wrestling. Both men struggling to get to their feet. Steve-O's up first. Going for those huge right hands. Dio exchanging back with one of his own. Oh! Slapped the taste out of his mouth with that huge right hand. Could have lost a tooth there. Another huge right hand. Oh! Kick to the gut. Stunner! Stunner! Crazy Captain Steve-O hit him with the stunner. Back to his feet. Good. Patch it off. Nails it. Got him down. Pick him back up. This could be it. This could be over. This could be over. The 3 count is academic at this point.
If Steve-O can just roll him over and get the pin, he'll have the win. He'll finally have his buried treasure back. And the audience just backing Steve-O. I don't think Steve-O knows where he is. He needs to make the pin. Here it is. 1, 2. Oh my God, we could have had a new MWF champion right there.
I need a move.
Steve-O just positioning him. Going to the top once again, it looks like.
Steve-O mentioned that he needed a belt to keep his pants up. If he had to walk the plank here, he could have one. The World Championship is on the line here. Don't forget that, folks. This is an extremely important match. So I thought Dio was able to roll out and get out of the ring for some more recuperation time. After that flurry of offense by Crazy Captain Steve-O. Dio looks like he's up to no good back there. He's got a chair. He's got a chair. This is not a hardcore match. This is not allowed this match. It's not sanctioned hardcore.
I don't think Dio cares. He understands if he gets disqualified, he still gets to keep his belt. The ref's trying to wrestle the chair away from him. Dio just throws him down and, oh my God, right to the head.
Dio's gone berserk. Oh, he's hitting referee right now with the chair. You do not hit the referee with the chair. I will not stand for that. The referee is a sacred position. He enforces the rules. Dio's out of control. He's lost it.
He's he's lost his mind, but he's got to realize he's also lost a match. But either way, it's a DQ. He still gets to keep his belt. Oh my God, wait a minute. No, Dio, don't. Oh God. No, don't. Stop it. Jesus Christ. Just unloading punishment with that steel chair to Steve-O's back and face. He's telling the crowd he's not done. Somebody's got to end this. Nobody can control Dio.
Looks like a fish out of water flopping on the mat. He's just received pummeling with that steel chair. Picking him up, look at this thing. Got him in a torture rack hold. Oh, huge burning hammer. Dio has proven once again that he is a career ender, a force to be reckoned with, a bruiser. He's a crippler.
I would just like to go on record to say that Steve-O's dead. He's twitching in the middle of the ring. You got to get medical attention out here. Somebody's got to help. Steve-O's unconscious, my God. And Dio's just toying with the audience members. We need medical attention out here quick. Somebody's got to help Steve-O.
What Dio's proven here tonight is he doesn't need President E.C. Funk to be a cheater. He can be a cheater all on his own. I can't believe he resorted to that steel chair. That match still could have gone either way. I'm disappointed. But you know, like full of disappointments, I guess. This has been one heck of a show.
Pigsuckle, it looks like you're going to have to be the man. Go help Captain Steve-O out, for God's sake. I don't think he can walk. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together. Give it up for Captain Steve-O. The fact that he's able to get up. Pigsuckle Pete escorting Captain Steve-O on the back. Oh my God, he's got to carry him. There definitely needs to be some medical attention in the back. Crazy Captain Steve-O's out of it.
We're rascals, scoundrels,